And welcome to In-Game Chat for Saturday, May 30th, 2015. This is Season 9, Episode 21. I'm Scott.
I'm Dennis.
I'm Matt.
I'm RJ.
And I'm Nathan.
All right, welcome to the show, everybody. If you'd like to get in touch with us, you can. Our phone number is 334-272-9228. You can check out ingamechat.net for all the links to get in touch with us. You can find us on Twitter at InGameChat as well as on Facebook. You can email us, everyone at ingamechat.net. And we are streaming right now. Yes, we are. Yeah, we're still streaming. Just wanted to make sure. Yeah, we're streaming right now over at Twitch. Head over to twitch.tv, search for In-Game Chat, and you'll be able to watch the show, listen to the show, and chat in the chat room with us and talk to us. You can also call us, like we said, 334-272-9228 if you'd like to get in an opinion, get in a comment, get something in that you would like us to talk about. Why not call us and let us know? Can't read your mind, so you'll have to do that. Like I said, head over to Twitch. Little camera issue there at the beginning, so those of you watching on the live stream, sorry about that. Don't know why that happened, but we got it fixed there, and now we do have Dennis on the show. What else can you do? You can support us on Patreon, which we would love. Patreon.com/ingamechat. Go there and you can show your support for the show. We, of course, are very appreciative of that support, so thank you very much, everybody who has chipped in. In fact, we had a new chipper inner, I guess it would be.
Chipper inner.
Yeah, something like that.
I like that.
A chipper inner.
Certainly beats, patron.
Yeah. Sean dropped some bucks our way, so we
thank you,
really
Sean.
appreciate that, Sean. And also, we're trying something new. We tried it before the show, social media. We tried it before the show here, and it was Periscope. We tried the Periscope app, and that went okay.
It worked, right?
It worked. It worked fine.
It worked, which is the most important thing for an app to do these days.
Really? Yeah, that's the case. So it worked, and we'll try it out during commercial breaks and stuff. We'll pop over to Periscope, and you can kind of see what's going on when we're on commercial breaks. Most of the time, back whenever we didn't do this fancy camera stuff, you could see what was going on during the commercial breaks, but you couldn't hear what was going on during the commercial breaks. So this time you'll be able to see and hear them with that Periscope app. I don't really exactly know. I know it has something to do with Twitter, but I signed up with it through Twitter.
All right.
But so I think you can just follow us by.
This newfangled technology.
You have to have the app, though.
You do have to have the app. Although it did say some people were watching from the web. So maybe you can do it from online or something. But I think our name's In-Game Chat. I'm pretty sure that's our name there. So why not get that and watch us during a break if we're at all entertaining, which probably not. So welcome to the show, everyone. And let's go around the room and find out what everybody's been playing. We'll start with Nate this time.
Mana.
Mana? I haven't played that yet.
Yes,
Mana?
it's new. It's a
Mana?
closed beta.
Do.
No, been just playing more of the Witcher. What was it? Yesterday or Thursday? No, Thursday. AMD.
AMD did drivers. Jesus, when was the last time they did drivers?
When Grand Theft Auto 5 came out.
Okay, I don't know why I thought it was even way before then.
Yeah, but they've all been beta drivers.
Yes,
I've yet to have.
They have not come out of beta yet.
It's always beta, which is fine. I've never had an issue.
But yeah, if you haven't had an issue, that's fine.
But so I tweaked everything, and I'm getting. The only thing I don't have set to ultra is purposely just water effects, and then I think foliage. Everything else is on ultra, and I turned off the hair, stupid hair.
Yeah, the hair just doesn't do anything.
You really can't even tell, honestly.
No.
But so I turned that off, and I'm getting about 41 to 42 on everything else on ultra, which is last week I was getting about 31. So
That's FPS.
Yeah. Yeah. So they said it was a 10% increase, but it was more for me.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. So and then next Tuesday, I'm excited. I don't know if any of you guys have seen the Play Arc, the new game called Arc, coming out on Steam. It'll be early access.
Is it hitting early access next Tuesday? Okay.
Correct.
Did you? Yeah, I guess you never got into the alpha or whatever.
No, I
for that?
did not.
Okay.
Which they only invited 100 people, so it's not a whole lot. But anyways, yeah. So I'll be joining that, and I'll post
what
the link
is,
to it. It's a
What is Arc?
Yeah, I have no idea.
You have no idea? Oh man!
It's a open world.
Don't even spoil it for him. Just send him a link and let him go watch it.
Okay, I'll just say that it's an open world Jurassic Park game.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And the early access, I think he said, is $25. So that's enough for me, day one.
We should go ahead and tell everybody anyway. You can fight dinosaurs. You can ride dinosaurs.
You can tame dinosaurs.
You can tame dinosaurs.
You can fight with dinosaurs.
Yes.
Basically, you can join a village and build your own fortress, and other people can attack. You can ride pterodactyls. You can ride these cave bats.
Do you have guns?
Yes. But you only start out with like bows and arrows and stuff. But eventually, as your land evolves, you can start getting better weapons and stuff.
I need a T-Rex with revolvers.
I need to
That's what I need.
Yeah.
I want to customize my character
Okay.
look like Jesus, so I could be Jesus on a dinosaur with guns. How much more American can I get?
Pretty good, and you can tame the T-Rex too. So that's
Oh,
Sweet.
that's nice.
you can as your pet and to ride. And then there's just a ton of all the prehistoric. You ever heard of Titanoboa? Ever heard of him?
Nope.
It was the world's biggest snake ever recorded.
Okay.
He's like 43 feet long.
Oh, jeez.
You have the Megalodon, which is the huge great white. Just a bunch of animals like that. And I think right now they're at 85 animals total within the map. And then the map size, they haven't officially released that, but it seems fairly big. But they've only been working on the game for 9 months, I believe, and it's fairly polished. But yeah, I'll post a link on it.
And it's
Check
going
it
to
out.
be basically kind of similar vein like Rust or
Yeah,
Daisy
exactly,
is like.
yeah. Exactly, and there's self-hosted servers where you can pay.
Oh, nice.
So they're not dealing with the direct, and it's through Steam, by the way,
Okay.
as well. But yeah, I'm really excited for that, just because I love dinosaurs.
And so Witcher and what else? Anything else you've been playing?
And just Hearthstone.
Hearthstone, of course, as always. Yeah. Dennis, what about you?
More Final Fantasy 14. Finally got to the point where I got my job promotion on my first class to monk.
No, not in real life.
No,
Oh.
no, sadly no. But I got that far and kind of taking a break from it, getting back more into Kingdom Loathing, getting some more Binding of Isaac going since the news for the expansion is starting to come out in bits and pieces. So probably in the next couple months that will come out.
Well, the expansion's due out on the 23rd. For what?
No, Isaac.
Oh, for Isaac. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I was thinking Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah. But no, I was still on that. I'm not going to make it to the level cap, which is what you need to do that and get through the main story before you can get into the expansion content. And I'm probably not going to make that deadline. But like I said, getting more into Isaac just because of that expansion coming out next couple of months or so. That's been about it. Not much aside from that.
RJ, what about yourself, man? What have you been playing? What have you been doing?
I've been playing a little bit more of Race the Sun on PS3 and PS4 since it was free with PS Plus, so I'm having a good time with that. Trying to get to Region 5 and 6, trying to get that million point score to unlock more things for my ship. Outside of that, I played a little bit more Mortal Kombat, trying to unlock all the endings for each character. Because with the Season Pass, I've got another one coming with Tanya. I believe June 2nd is when she's going to be available for anyone who bought the Season Pass, and I think June 9th for anybody else who wants to buy it individually. So I've been working on that. But for the most part, I've been playing on Bloodborne. I've been doing a little more exploring. I've gotten to the Forbidden Woods section of the game, and it's real easy to get lost in this. If you thought the city was easy to get lost in, the woods increases that possibility, because
is it just meant to be a maze essentially?
I think
or is it just complicated to get around?
It's just complicated to get around. I mean, it doesn't help that you've got these balls of snakes. That's the best way I can describe it. This mass of snakes just clumped into a ball, and they're all working together to try to kill you. And
does it roll?
No, it just moves.
Okay.
It moves towards you. Then you have villagers whose heads pop open and snakes come out, kind of like those Las Plagas
Yeah.
in Resident
Lovely.
Evil. Yeah, only instead of like one parasite, you got like a nest of them coming out, and they take more damage than normal. So that's
sounds
what you have to deal
horrible.
with.
I know.
That's what you have to deal with. It's a Souls game.
I know.
This is a game that focuses on body horror in a lot of cases, just
Mhm.
weird transformations and the like.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and I haven't gotten out, and there's some places that have been told it's even worse than this. So
Ugh.
more things to look forward to, I guess. But as I'm going through that, trying to navigate my way around, dying repeatedly, going back, lather, rinse, repeat, typical Souls game type experience. I get to the boss. It's a 3-on-1 battle called the Shadows of Yharnam. 3 guys. One guy has a flamethrower and a mace. The other guy's throwing triple fireball spells at you constantly, and the other guy just has a sword that he tries to attack you with. And I think the thing is just not being greedy. You're gonna have to do a lot of hit and run, moving around, doing everything you can to just stay alive, really.
Okay.
So
it sounds kind of like we have kind of like a doppelganger match in a way, because most of the ones I've seen, the bosses are like just weird monstrosities. But these guys are just
no, these guys
like you.
Yeah, well, no, they're kind of like really tall looking bishops or monks.
Okay.
Full robe, hood, can't see their face, but that's what they have. These are the weapons that they have, and they're using them against you. But I think after taking them out, I can go on to the next part of the game, which is what I've been trying to do all this time. Navigating around, basically been finding little bits and pieces here and there. Real hard areas to get to, some things you don't even think about. I mean, it really behooves you to navigate all over the place in each area, which probably why it's taking me so long to get to the end, because I've been navigating, trying to look around and find everything I can. In fact, I found a really nice weapon. I found a cannon. Unfortunately, I can't use it because I'm not strong enough to pick the thing up or skilled enough to use it effectively. So
are we talking about like an actual cannon with a cannonball loaded?
It's a cannon. The gun in this game takes like 1 shot per trigger pull.
Mm-hmm.
Some takes 2 because it fires 2 bullets. I think this thing launches a cannon for like 5 bullets. But when you only have like 20 or 24 bullets at the most at a time, you better hit every shot when you use this thing.
Yeah.
But risk reward is it's a real powerful, much more powerful than any gun or shotgun you have. So it's worth the risk. Just make sure you have enough skill to use it.
Is it because my understanding is the gun is kind of more like a
Yeah,
setup weapon for
it's more of a setup
riposte.
weapon. Yeah, it's the gun is mostly used to parry or counter an attack. It makes them vulnerable to a visceral attack.
More kind of a more damaging or more staggering than the rest?
It's much more damaging because my Ludwig's rifle is at +5, +6, and it only does like maybe 42 units of damage because I don't have a lot of blood tinge. I've been putting all my stats into health, stamina, and strength.
Yeah.
For my character so far, my character build. So it doesn't do a lot of damage, but it's always been good for making them, if my timing's right, making them stop. Cannon, I leveled it up some. It's at 400 damage. But like I said, I can build it up all I can. I just can't use it yet. But when I am able to, by the time I'm able to use it, I'll probably be up to about maybe level 6 or 7 if I find enough pieces and keep updating it, because I plan to have that for my alternative handgun when I get my stats up.
Okay.
But outside of that, that's pretty much what I've been playing this week.
Dennis, was there any? You're the only one here with a Wii U. Any interest in Splatoon that came out?
Not really. It hasn't really hit my radar. It's the Nintendo systems just aren't really known for multiplayer. It seems this one is quite different in that regard.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I played it at E3 and I liked it.
Oh, yeah?
I was like, oh great, here's another game that I can add to the list of here's what I'll play when I get a Wii U. Bayonetta 2, Splatoon, Mario Kart 8, Mario 3D World, Wind Waker Remastered.
Yeah.
They just keep adding up.
Is that like a party game? Splatoon?
Splatoon? No.
Yeah, it's guess in a little way, but it is more like a multiplayer first-person shooter.
It's got a single-player component to it, but it is really built for the multiplayer side of things. Yeah. It's 2 squad. I don't even know what the player count is. It's 4v4.
Probably 4v4.
I think it's 4v4.
Okay.
And one team has a color that they're trying to. It's paintball basically.
Yeah.
Has a color of paint, and the other team has a different color of paint. So let's just say it was orange and red. And you're trying to, within the time limit, you're trying to cover as much of the play field in red as possible, because if you spray down red, somebody could come out and spray down orange over yours, and so it's a constant back and forth.
Okay.
You move faster. They're like squid.
Yeah, they can like
something?
transform
I don't
like
know.
squids, where you can't shoot at that point, but you also can't be hit as well, and you move slightly faster than you usually would. So it is kind of like a ducking under cover and coming back out.
It lets you traverse, yeah.
Yeah, and traverse a bit quicker without having to worry about anything. It's interesting. I'm interested. It's just like I got too much other stuff on my plate right now. It's not something I can accommodate at the moment.
Yeah. Well, just curious. Again, you're the only one. I know there may be some people in the chat room who have a Wii U, but maybe not. If you played it, give us a call. Let us know what it's like. Maybe, who knows?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of praise for it. So
yeah.
It's a sign that hey, at least there's something a lot of people are enjoying on the Wii U.
Yeah. Matt, over to you. What's been going on? If you have everything built? Where are we at? Where do we stand?
Got my computer running.
Nice.
Was able to get Windows back on it. I got the disk that I got from James and Jeremy was 8.1, and my key was for 8. So
Right, we talked about that.
Yeah,
You
so
got that all straightened out?
Got that straightened out.
Cool.
Got Windows running. Installed GOG Galaxy, and I've been playing Witcher.
All right, so you got to Witcher. So this is your first time playing a Witcher game?
I played part of the first one.
Okay.
I didn't beat it, but I played part of it.
Yeah. How you enjoying?
I'm liking it.
I guess it's running fine on your machine, right?
I have it on Ultra, and it's running great.
You have it like running. You're completely running Ultra on it?
No hair effects.
Right, of course.
Yeah.
Um,
the tress effects?
Yeah, no. That's the tessellation and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
But I can. I mean.
How far in are you?
I am on the second area. I did all the first things.
Hopefully Nate will chime in, because I really don't know what the second area is, because I haven't.
Novigrad.
Have you done the side quest yet for the dead wife?
No.
Well, okay, it's pretty cool.
Is that in the second area?
Mm-hmm.
Then no. I got there and I've done a little bit of it, like a few side quests, just exploring around. Found the Griffin armor side quest, for the treasure. So I'm trying to hunt those down because the swords and everything for that look pretty good.
Well, the side quests I just thought it would be a few minute side quest, and I'm an hour and a half in trying to complete it. I was like, okay.
Some of these side quests will go deep.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
Some of them are pretty easy,
Well,
the lady with the frying pan.
In
the first area.
Yeah.
Well,
when your computer's not crashing.
After an hour and a half in, I had to fight the certain character that I won't say, and I was like, okay, I'm going back to the main quest because I am not ready for this. I got two-shotted.
Yeah, I've been running into level 16.
Oh.
And level 15, around there, some of the creatures, and
I've been running into that.
Oh yeah.
Have any of you run into the XP bug?
No.
It's not a character. It's just it's an actual.
Yeah,
it's a bug. Where some missions aren't giving XP.
Honestly, I've
It
not
doesn't seem to
noticed
be.
enough to know, so I could, but I have no clue.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem to be.
I don't even know what level I am.
I hit 5.
I don't know what I am.
But I've been, taking on level 7 quests and, going well above my skill level, and I seem to be getting some pretty good XP out of that. And if you just, even some of the level 9 enemies, I just did a bandit encampment, and they had some level 9s and level 10 and I think a level 15, and just I was able to actually get them all. It took a little while. And a lot of the hit and run, take a few swipes, dodge back, hit the igni, a few swipes, a lot of rolling and stuff like that. But I was able to.
What difficulty are you on?
Just normal.
Oh, okay. I did the hard one.
Oh.
You started out on the harder one. That's so you're still going through it on hard.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, wow.
So meditation, you get no health regen.
Yeah, I know.
It sucks. It sucks.
But you wanted that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool.
On certain games, I like for it to be challenging.
Yeah.
Just so I get longer.
Dude,
I don't think you're gonna have to worry about length.
I don't think you're gonna have a problem with length.
I know, but once I get good at it, if I go back at all,
you would replay it.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
All right.
These type of games I replay.
Interesting. I had no desire to go back and play Witcher 1. Then again, that
this one feels
I finished
different.
that 2 years ago,
Have
and
you
it
seen
was
the
already.
mods for it already?
Mm-mm.
I forget who posted it. It's a famous modders.
Is it the Nexus guys? Nexus mods?
Nexus. They opened console commands.
I did see that.
So you can already add a whole bunch of extra features and stuff, and unlimited health, stuff like that. I mean, I don't.
Oh, so you can basically, walk your way through it then?
Yeah, but I mean, there's some things. I'd have to pull up the list that you can do, but some of it's actually pretty handy. But yeah, just check it out. Although you
maybe.
can't even run it, so.
Right, so my situation is, when last we left, I thought that everything was going to be working fine. I figured it was working through HDMI, it was working on a regular TV. I thought, sure, it's going to work on the monitor, hooked it up to the monitor. Hey, it looks like it's working fine. I said, I'm going to restart because I wanted to, because at this point I'd forgotten, I wanted to go back through the mechanics and get used to all that and learn how to do that stuff again. So I thought, sure, let's do that. So last night, that's what I did. I went and I restarted the game, started from the beginning, ran through it, or I didn't run through it.
Did you skip the tutorial section?
No. I went back through it because this was me having not played in a good while.
Okay.
Because I wanted to go back through and go through all that stuff and remember how to play and remember how to do the combat stuff, basically. So I did that, and everything went fine. Everything was, sure, it was good. I got back to where I had left off, went into the bar in the little town, went to the tavern in there, fought the dudes outside. Hey, let's go to the little message board and pick up some tasks. Great, let's find the blacksmith. Let's figure out what happened to his house. All right, did that. It's great. I'm doing quests. Things are shaping up really well. It's almost dark now as far as in the game, and I put in a lot of time. I'm gonna turn it off and we'll come back to it tomorrow. So I did. I get up this morning and I think, all right.
And how long was that first?
Oh my God, I played probably for an hour.
Oh.
Yeah, I played for an hour or so. And so, of course, I was going back through. I started from the beginning, so cutscenes were there and everything else. I didn't want to skip the cutscenes because I was watching my fraps going with that. I wanted to see what I was getting on all this stuff. And I was getting pretty good. This was on what NVIDIA had decided my settings should be. And it was running fine, so I think I'm in the clear. Most of this is on high, with a couple of settings bumped up to ultra, and a couple of settings turned off. But for the most part, I'm at high, on high settings with a 680, GTX 680. And I get up this morning and I was like, all right, we're going to do it again. I go to the old windmill, and I'm looking around there, and I fight off a wild dog, and I try to ride wild horses, and then I go to the cemetery, and I meet the level 7 wraith, and I can't do anything there, so I get back on my horse and leave. And I'm trying to find a better path to get to my marker, which is still talking to people about Yennefer, asking people about Yennefer. So I see I need to go back through town and find another exit through there. So as I'm going back through town, I find a house that's got a quest for me. If I go talk to this person, I get off my horse, I go talk to this person, and she's in the middle of explaining her frying pan situation, whatever. And that's when the screen goes black, goes back to my desktop. The audio's still going, and we're done with the conversation and everything, but I couldn't get it back. I had to go into Task Manager, quit the program to get it to go away. I thought, great, here we are again. So I pick up Axiom Verge, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to play some of this, and whatever, I'm just going to pass the time. I spoke to you about it. You're like, did you try to restart? And I said, no, well, I didn't say that, but that's what I thought when I read your comment. It's like, no, I haven't. Let me go back and see what happens. Let's see how long it'll last. So I fire it up again. And because of the way the saves works, I'm back at the windmill. I hang around the windmill, and as I go to the Wraith, I'm like, let me get this question mark off my map so I can have the cemetery there. As soon as I pull up to the cemetery, boom, does it again. I mean, I am not in the game for more than 5 minutes before it does it again. And it does it at a place I was already at and never had a problem. So I don't know what my situation is. I can tell you from past experience that I don't think knocking settings down is having an issue.
Mm-mm.
I don't think it's a settings issue.
It's an internal crash.
You know, I'm very tempted now just to buy a 970 and be done with it. Maybe.
But that's not necessarily going to fix it.
I know. I don't know if it's going to fix it or not.
Yeah. Do you have onboard graphics?
But he's got a 970 that works for him. James got a 970 that works for him.
Do you have onboard graphics?
I'd have to go. What do you
For
like
your
this
On the motherboard.
Or from your?
You mean the CPU using it? No, I think it's all on the card.
Okay, you don't have. Okay.
I mean, I can switch that. I can go into the NVIDIA control panel and switch stuff to put a load on the CPU if I need to.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know. I've never tried to do
It'd
that.
be nice if you could test it with another cart.
Yeah. Well, Amazon's got a good return policy, so I can try it and see if it works. But I don't know, man. I just...
When did you buy the card?
The card was 2012.
Oh.
Yeah. It's a 680.
I just meant, did you have another card in your house?
No, I don't. No.
Okay.
Everything went to him.
Okay.
I got 2 cards if you need them.
I don't want those. I don't want those.
Yeah, but you still might want to test it.
I mean, I guess I could on his old Radeon cards, his
Yeah.
old ATI cards. I think that's what you have,
I
right?
can-
yeah.
Isn't that what that was that I gave you? Yeah.
I've
Sold you.
I left my game on Tuesday. I played it for a little while and left it on and walked away. And it was about 3 or 4 hours later. I forgot I had to do a bunch of errands and it never crashed.
Mm.
And I've never had it crash.
Yeah,
Never.
I don't know. I do not know. I guess I need to look it up and see if more people with. But see, I think it's affecting I think it's affecting different people. I don't think it's the same thing for everybody who are experiencing this crash. I don't think our systems sync up as far as having the same build and everything else, and that's why it's crashing. Because other people with other cards are having the crash too. I don't think it has to do with I don't know what it has to do with, honestly.
Yeah.
I really don't know. And it's a shame. I really, really hate it. Again, I am very tempted just to GameFly the PS4 version so I can play the game, so we can talk about playing the game. Because at this point, it's just never going to happen.
Yeah, we've all. I mean, Nate and I have both gotten past the Griffin, and you're still.
And God knows where James is at too.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm sure he's probably put in some time with it as well. So, even just to have him around to talk about that, I won't be able to join in the conversation because I've only gotten so far. And it's not. It's discouraging to even I really want to play it. I want to fire it back up and see how far I can go, but it's very discouraging to get so far
And then have a crash.
and then have it crash. Especially, I mean, side quest or just walking around the map's one thing, but maybe in the middle of a main quest or a main fight or something like that, it's really going to get to me if that's going to be the case that it's.
And it's probably like never after you've saved. It's like, you have gone a while, you haven't saved yet, and that's usually when it
Yeah,
crashes.
and I hadn't done much with that save particularly.
Yeah.
I'd gotten some stuff marked off the map, and that was pretty much it. But
In that first map area, I've done all the side quests and question marks. And
right, and I haven't done as much of those, and so there's still some stuff for
help
me
out.
to do. But it's so just does not give me any sort of desire to fire it up knowing that bug's still there. I would love to have a patch where it's like, okay, this should fix it, and then I could fire it up and see.
Mm-hmm.
But without that patch there, it just means that at any point this thing's gonna crap out on you, and I hate that. Perils of PC gaming, folks.
Yeah.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Yet I'm still.
You can hate it and you can love it.
When you run into problems like these, man,
So you can hate it.
That's when you hate it. When you run into problems like these, I don't
When it
know why.
runs great, it's wonderful.
Yeah. And when you can just pop the disc in a console.
I know. I'd rather be on a PC though.
No,
I really would. Although I'm playing it like it's on a console anyway. It feels like I'm playing a console game. The little bit that I put into it feels like I'm playing a console game on a PC, and that happens a lot. But it really feels. Are you playing with a controller?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did
yeah.
you ever
Here.
try and play with a keyboard? I think James tried to play with a keyboard and mouse.
I did it first.
Yeah.
Just.
They
before-
really don't want you to, do they?
It doesn't feel like
I
it.
mean, I would never do it anyways, whether they did or didn't. Just because to me that type of game, I want to.
Mm-hmm.
I want a controller.
Of course, even with a controller, I feel the movement's a little, not as smooth as I would like it as far as moving him around the map and
Are you
stuff.
using wired or wireless?
I'm using wired.
Hmm.
Yeah. It's just,
I have mine on a PS4 Bluetooth.
yeah.
I got the Xbox One controller.
It just doesn't feel like when I'm trying to get on the horse.
Mm-hmm.
It's very, or even when I'm trying to gather things from a plant or whatever like that, I have to make sure that I'm right where the prompt pops up so I can press the button and get it,
Yeah,
and not walk too far to where I walked into the object and then whatever, or get to the horse where I walked right past the horse and I'm trying to get on him. I don't know. It just seems like there could be a little bit more something to refine there to make the.
Yeah, he's a little blocky.
Yes, that's what I meant by he's blocky. Yeah, completely
it's
blocky.
Not a Assassin's Creed type movement is a lot more smooth.
Yeah, I mean, STM Fuller says it's funny because the Witcher series is primarily PC based. You know what? I would agree with you at Witcher 1. Witcher 1 is primarily PC based. Witcher 2 on the PC is primarily PC based until they released it on consoles. And I had an Assassin of Kings, whatever it was called. Witcher 2 released on the PC, and it was released on the 360. And I think they had every intention to finally get that released on a home console. They wanted to get their game in more people's hands. And I think once they did that, I think the console release of Witcher 3 and Witcher 2 were the console release of Witcher 2, I think, is the reason we got a Witcher 3. To be honest with you, I think
they said it was.
Yeah, the sales from that and everything else.
They said if it wasn't on console, they probably wouldn't have been able to put in what they put into it.
So you're saying they're primarily PC based, but I really think they built this with console in mind more than anything else.
Or I would say at least 50-50 split.
Yeah, and I would. Oh God, I really want to lean more towards. Like, you know what? I need to play it on a console to see. That's what I need to do.
Honestly,
I just need to go ahead and GameFly it.
Try it.
I know. I just need to GameFly it. That's all I just need to do. So, anyway, we're going to take a break, and we'll fire up the Periscope app here and see what we can do with that. But we're going to take a break, and then when we come back, we will have more of in-game chat here in just a moment. I'll talk to you about Portal Pinball. In fact, we've got a key for Portal Pinball on PC, and if you would like to win it, then you need to be in the Twitch chat room so that you can win a copy of the game. And what else? Go head over to twitch.tv and search for in-game chat, and you can join in the chat room, and that's how we'll do. Well, that's how we'll do that giveaway. It's for PC again, so it's the Portal Pinball table on PC, and we'll give that away in the next segment. Here is music from. I don't know what that is.
All right.
That is
It's from a video game.
Halo. There it is. I did abbreviations. This abbreviation, see if you can figure this one out. The abbreviation on this one is IGCMSHSA.
Nope.
I know.
You have one
IGCM.
heck of a system there.
When you gotta go, you gotta go.
I guess so.
Yeah. In-game chat, and then the MS is music show, and then the HSA is Halo Spartan Assault.
Ah.
Okay.
This was from way, but yeah, okay. Anyway, music from that coming up next, or coming up right now, and we'll be back with more in-game chat in just a moment. And welcome back to In-Game Chats. Music there from Sonic, of course. And welcome back to the show. I'm sorry, I didn't have your mic on.
Okay, was that Green Hill?
Yeah.
I'm guessing yes.
Yeah, that's Green Hill.
RJ would know. I've got it listed as Sonic 10th Anniversary CD. So
Okay.
Yeah, Green Hill Zone.
I would think that would be what it is.
That's good music.
Yeah. Welcome back to the show. We're talking about Portal Pinball, and this segment we're going to give away a copy of Portal Pinball. And see how it goes. And well, I mean, we're gonna talk about it and see if you guys can. It's not gonna be like it was last time. We're gonna have you guess a number. You will have to guess numbers, but I'm gonna give you the code, and then you're gonna have to enter it into Steam, and the first person who gets it gets it.
You should give them the code like all jumbled up.
It isn't jumbled. It's just missing a number.
Oh, okay.
And they'll have to figure out what number it is. Don't say 9.
I won't say.
Oh, hey, that
Hey,
music's
more Sonic.
music's still playing. God. Oh, well.
Fun on the radio.
Yeah, no, I would say this is what you get what you pay for, but people are actually starting to pay for this now, so should probably do better about that. I had a chance to play Portal Pinball this week. It released this week on, all the systems that have it, with the exception, I think, of the Wii U, but
Wherever Pinball FX2 is sold.
pretty much it is out there. And had a chance to play it on Monday for a preview, and it was a lot of fun, sort of.
Sort of.
Yeah. Okay, so I have to put my frame of mind into Monday because Tuesday it went a whole lot better.
Okay.
I played it Monday and only got like 150 million, and then I played it Tuesday and I blew the roof off the thing with like 700 some odd million points. And hit the top of the overall leaderboards because the game hadn't been released yet. That's my only saving grace of time that I get to get on the leaderboards at all. So, if I put myself in the frame of mind of Monday, though, I'm doing the stream, and I've mentioned this many times before, is that I like to do this. I like to go in blind on these things and just play them, as I would if I walked into a arcade and played a pinball machine I'd never played before. And it felt, I streamed it and it felt off. Didn't feel like everything was clicking for me like it normally does on some of these tables. And I know I'm supposed to put in more time with them so that they can do that, but there were a lot of issues with this that I did not experience in some of the other tables that I've done. I streamed it and I was recording the stream and I was just streaming it as well. And for some reason, that made the table really laggy.
Huh.
Yeah, you can see it in the YouTube video. If you go to our YouTube channel, you can see on the YouTube video that the ball was... You were watching, weren't you? Nate was watching.
I was as well.
And, okay, you were watching... Did you see the lag that I was seeing? Okay, good.
There was lag in there.
There was ball lag. An odd thing to say, but there was ball lag. And... that was really throwing off my shots. I felt like my aiming was off. It's a cluttered table to begin with, and I've often said that I like cluttered tables because it means your ball's got some place to go. If there's stuff there, it's going to hit something, it's going to score, it's going to do this. Yeah. However, this was a cluttered table, but I felt like my ball was still doing nothing. As cluttered as it was, I felt like the ball wasn't doing anything because the lanes felt so narrow to get the ball to go into that you
weren't getting that nice little ding and points showing.
You're really having to get your shots. You had to get precision shots in order to make the ball do anything, and it just
because usually even if you miss your ramp, you still hit a target.
It'll
or
hit
a bumper
something.
Or something.
Yeah. And this just was not having it, man. This was not working, and I don't necessarily credit the ball lag to my problem. But it did have something to do with it because the very next day when I'm not recording and I'm not streaming it at all, I have an amazing run. And by the way, the next day I fired up and I didn't do any restarts. I didn't do any, sometimes I'll have a bad first ball and be like, let's start over or something like that. I didn't do any of that. I was there for an hour on those 3 balls. And my last ball, the third ball, I got like 4 extra balls with it. So I played the game. I don't know. I had like 7 or 8 balls to play with on that one game that I was doing. Nice. It was fantastic. I opened up a lot of new stuff. I accomplished a bunch of different objectives. All the objectives are based on stuff in the game Portal. Obviously, there is. Let's see. There are 6 objectives that you have to do, and the first objective is somewhat easy to get through. The second objective is Ratman's Den, and so the middle of the board opens up, and then you have a mini playfield to use. Well, the best part about this is that if you lose a ball on that mini objective or on that mini pool table, it doesn't actually count as you losing a ball in the main game. It just means that that objective's over with, try again. But it doesn't count as a lost ball. So my advice to anybody else would be anytime you play the game, if you want a quick 10, 12 million points, or at least you want to attempt for 12 million points without losing a ball, is start the second objective first. Whenever you're given the objectives, start Ratman's Den first. Because there's two things about that. Number one, if you lose a ball in that, you don't lose the ball in the actual table, but it saves your progress. So there's three things you've got to do. You've got to knock over one turret in Ratman's Den, then you've got to knock over a second one, and then you've got to do one more thing. Well, if you knock over the first turret and still lose your ball, when you come back, he's still knocked over. So you don't have to do it again. And so you can progress. And the ball save on the mini table reactivates every time you go back into it.
Okay.
So you get a really good amount of tries to make that happen and to get that quick 12, 10 million, ever what it is. And you don't lose a ball. So there's that one to go through. Objective number 4 is a multi-ball objective. So you get 2 balls. If any one ball goes out of play field or goes out, becomes out of play, then the objective stops, but you've still got that one ball rolling around. So there's still that. The problem with that is that both balls have to make it through the entire objective. It's not like if you lose one, you've got one more to get through the objective with. No, the objective's over if you lose just the one ball.
You get no kickback with either one? Because I saw a lot of kickback during your playthrough on that.
You have to activate the kickbacks.
Okay.
Kickbacks are activated when you spell whatever the word is. There's portal, P-O-R-T-A-L, whatever. There's 3 lanes that need to be lit in order to activate one kickback. So if you light all 6 lanes, one kickback is activated. If you light 6 of them again, the second kickback gets to be activated.
Okay.
Sounds like a lot, but you can actually do it. Mm-hmm. You can do it really easy just by hitting the main loop ramp. If you just hit that and then hit the extra flipper that will send it around the other loop, then it'll be placed right there where it can always activate that thing, and then you can just keep doing that over and over and over and over again.
Okay.
If you really want to get that done. Anytime, the other way that works is anytime a ball launches in the middle of a game, say you get an extra ball that wants to come out and is going to get thrown into the field, it's always going to come down one of those lanes, and you'll know which one it is, but it's always that lane that it's going to come down, so you can set that up as well to always have that ready to go. Everything obviously is based on Portal. There is no new voice work or any new,
Straight from the games.
It's all straight from the games.
Yeah, I saw the trailer and it had Wheatley in it too. And
Yeah, but it's all audio from.
so it's like a combination of 1 and 2, or is it mostly 2?
I would say it's mostly 2.
Okay.
I would say that it's mostly 2. Was Ratman? I haven't played 2 in a long time. Was Ratman a part of 2 as much as it was 1?
It was kind of a secret thing, more in like the
Ratman,
old mini comics they did.
Yeah,
is where he got covered, but I think he did get like a secret layer behind the walls, essentially.
Yeah, he had a secret layer.
I still haven't gone through and played 2 again, but it feels a lot. You saw me play some of it here earlier. Mm-hmm. It feels a lot like it's bringing its emphasis from 2.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
particularly with the Wheatley voiceovers and everything, and also the Atlas and Peabody.
Atlas and Peabody are a multiplayer mode. If you spell Atlas, once you spell Atlas, then you can lock the ball, and that'll bring Atlas into it. Once you spell Peabody, then you can lock the ball, and that'll bring Peabody into it. So you do it for both of them, and then you'll have the cooperative multiplayer, the co-op multi-ball is what it is. Mm-hmm. And again, in most multi-ball systems, well, I guess that would work because you only get 2. It's a 2-ball multi-ball thing. So when you lose one ball, the multi-ball segment's over with. So there is a 3-ball multi-ball segment. This is a fun one because I think Nolan North is in this.
Oh, yeah.
Rick the Adventure Sphere.
Yes, the Adventure Sphere is in there. The Adventure Sphere is in there. I can't remember what the other sphere is, but it's not the Space Sphere. I wish it was.
Yeah, there's space. There's the Adventure Sphere. And, it was like I can't remember.
I used to have the Adventure Sphere as my ringtone.
No, the Adventure Sphere.
The song.
So when you lock one ball that isn't part of Atlas or isn't part of Peabody, it's actually just the ball locking mechanism, whatever. When you lock that ball, Wheatley pops up. He's like, okay, he's here, ready to go. Lock it again, and then the other sphere pops in. And
The
then
fact sphere.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
And then you lock it again, and then the third sphere pops up, and then they become the balls that you bounce around on the table to get jackpots and stuff. And the adventure sphere is there, and it's a lot of fun hearing him again. So yeah, there you go. That's Portal Pinball. I grew to really, really enjoy this table. I did not enjoy it on my first playthrough. I don't know if it had to do with ball lag. I think it had to do a combination of things. The ball lag that I was getting, the abysmal score that I had on it, just that feeling of this is not working. But now I really, really enjoy the table. I do. And I was playing here before the show with Dennis and almost accomplished another objective that I hadn't done yet. So I now have even more of an incentive to go back and play more of this so that I can do all those objectives.
I went back and watched you play Civil War.
So, oh, did you? I told you I hated that table.
I mean, not even 5 minutes. I don't like this table. Not even 5 minutes in.
Yeah, like I don't like it.
And then it just went downhill from there. Then towards the end, you're like, I'm so glad I'm not playing this table anymore.
Yeah, I hated the Civil War table. I just could not stand it. Okay, so get your Steam stuff ready. Open up Steam and go to your add a game or whatever, because I'm about to throw the code out here. None of you in here do this. I don't think any of you were, but I was mainly looking at Matt.
No.
And I'm gonna put the code into the chat room, and it's got question marks where there should be numbers, and the first person to get those numbers right will get the game. So please let us know in the chat room if you do it. So
Are they all the same number, or
they'll have to figure that out. That'll make it even make it even more challenging. So they will have to figure that out. Anyway, let's go to the phones. He's been waiting for a good while now, and I appreciate you waiting, man. Sorry to get through that Portal Pinball talk, but Chris is on the phone. Hey, Chris.
That kind of sucks. You still haven't got the Witcher to work properly, huh?
Yeah, no, it's working for you, okay, but you're playing on what?
The PlayStation as usual.
Yeah, well, no, I might be joining you.
Yeah, if you've got access to rent it or go through GameFly, just to pick it up and play it some way, I'd go for it.
That's probably what I will do. I still. Oh, look, AC Wraith got it. It was one number, and the number was 3. And AC. I'm glad AC Wraith got it. He's a pinball guy.
Good.
He is a huge pinball guy, so I'm glad he got it.
That was pretty quick.
It was, considering you had so many numbers and 3 places to put it. So who knew? But they were all the same number, so I thought that would make it easier for him. But yeah, I would like to figure out what might be the issue, because if it is my card, that's fine. I would love to just say, hey, I'll get a new card. Wonderful.
I'm hoping that's what I'm thinking too, because it's still running in the background. So hopefully it's not the computer itself. Maybe it's the graphics card or some other issue.
Yeah, because the audio, like you said, the audio's still going. So
audio's still going. Okay, so the first time it did it to me today, the game obviously went back to my desktop, but the audio kept going, and it kept going until I decided to close it using Task Manager. The second time it did it, when I went back and was in the world for like 5 minutes and it did it, the audio was still there, the video was gone, but if I clicked on anything on my desktop, it shut down the game. It closed the game on. I didn't have to shut it using Task Manager, just closed it. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the situation is with that. I'd like to really find out what that is. Again, if it isn't my graphics card, that's great, because I think I had ultimately decided probably not to do an upgrade.
I don't think it is.
Yeah. Well, what do you think? What is your? Do you have any thoughts as to what it might be?
the fact that you're not running a Titan.
No.
I think it's I think somewhere in the internal coding, the way the NVIDIA cards are set up, it might not be specifically your card, but it could be the chipset that's used with that card, and that they haven't, there just could be a glitch.
Mm-hmm.
So technically, it could be your card. What I'm saying is, I think it's on their side that they need to figure out where the bug is with that chipset. That's what I think it is.
I don't know, because I think there's some people with 680s that it's not having the issue with. I'd have to look. I really haven't.
I don't know.
After all the patches and stuff, and honestly, I thought I was in a good place until today, because it just happened today. So I have not gone through and researched.
Now, I will say I did have one issue after patch 1.04,
mm-hmm.
the last patch. I installed it, went to start the game, and it did nothing. It would I would hear my video card, like the fan spinning, and it would show it in the processes, but it would not pull up right at all. So I reinstalled the game, just did like a fix,
Yeah.
and then repatched it, and I've never had an issue since. So that was kind of weird.
I'm guessing you haven't had any problems, Chris, on the PS4, correct?
Other than just moments of it just taking some time to load when, going through the inventory, since it's, like a slight loading issue. But as far as
there's a load
gameplay,
issue when you go through inventory?
well, I mean, it's just a slight pause, like a split-second pause, and, it's like a lot of it to process at once. It just, it's not as quick as my other games, looking through the inventory. But,
No, that's
yeah, I mean, it's not anything big at all, and there's nothing to really be concerned with. I haven't had any problems, but other people I've talked to that have been playing it have had their saves corrupted and stuff. And, of course, like the Elder Scrolls series in general, we've always made several hard saves when we're going through the game in case that happens. But I've got two of my main save game, when I'm going through the whole game, just in case that comes up. But I've heard of that happen to one of my friends already.
Yeah, I have seen that as well.
I forget that I'm playing on an SSD.
I know.
So I'm really going to hate going no console.
It's like less than 4 seconds.
Oh, it's so fast. Oh,
Yeah.
God, it's so fast. How are you liking your SSD, Matt?
Oh my gosh, it's night and day. It really is. Just having someone explain to you, you're like, okay, yeah, so it'll be quicker. But then, you push the button to start your computer, and before your finger lets go, it's like boom, popping
There
up.
you go.
It was amazing.
Well, it's been a week now, Chris. How are you enjoying Witcher? I'm assuming that's what you were calling for.
Oh, yeah, I was calling about that. I've level 17. I've spent 4 days playing it, and that's, I'm sure for by its count, that's 24 hours a day. I've been playing it for 4 days and 8 minutes, it says. And I still haven't got anywhere into the main quest for level 16 oriented stuff. I'm still in level 12 area in the main quest for what it recommends me being in a level.
Yeah, this is how Witcher goes for me, or at least this is how Witcher 1 went with me, was that I did a lot of what you're doing, or a lot of what everybody I think is doing, is like
Side questing.
side quest. I was such a completionist that I did not move forward out of an area until I made sure everything was done in that area.
That's what I did for the first area.
Yeah. However, towards the end of that game, when I felt like I was getting close to really ramping up the story and moving this thing along, I started getting tired of all the side quests. I was like, okay, I'm tired of having this storyline keep going and going and going, because if I had played through just doing the main storyline, it probably wouldn't have felt that way. But because it sits there on your list of things to do while you're doing all this other stuff, it feels like it just continues on forever. And like I said, towards the end there, I got really tired of doing the side quests. I was like, okay, let's get the show on the road. I'm tired of this. Let's do this. And of course, I had already gotten up to, I don't even know if they had levels, or they didn't have, I don't think they had levels in Witcher 1. I mean, you did gain levels, but I don't think, you're now level 3.
Yeah, I don't remember it being like
you just
this.
gained a level and, could unlock some more stuff in your skill set. That was pretty much it. So, yeah, it was just to the point where I'm not, all the stuff I'm doing doesn't matter anymore. Maybe in a storyline sense for some of these side quests, sure, but it's not getting me any further to the end goal.
Sounds like what went on with me in Fallout. The side quest for me really was basically just to level up so that I could do the main mission that more efficiently.
Yeah.
So at a certain point, there's no point in going to side quests anymore, or you're maxed out. So you could, it's not going to get any better.
I don't necessarily know if this game maxes you out, but I'm sure there's a point where it's like, okay, you're good. You're good to do the rest of the game if you want. You don't have to keep doing this anymore. And that's where I felt like I was with Witcher 1. I'm not saying I'll get that way with this, but I know they've jammed a ton of stuff in here for you to do. So
for me, I just want to do a lot of the side quests so I could level up, so I could get the I want to be able to get the skill trees, so because right now at level 5 I'm allowed three active skills. I want more. Once I get all the skill tree, the slots unlocked, I think it'll be easier.
I don't know. I really want to play it, but
Because sometimes I go into a fight and I'm like, oh man, I wish I had this skill active.
Chris, I'm guessing this is your first Witcher game, and we probably already asked you that, but is that...
Yes, it is. But I've been having a blast, and I've read some history of the first two, of what the main plots of what happened if you chose this way, and kind of made my decisions about how I felt and everything. And when that time came up, when you had to, put in your choices for the first two games.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you calling, man. Thank you so much.
Oh yeah, if you get a chance, it is definitely worth playing Super Metroid whenever you have a chance. Me and my buddies have had it for years, and I probably went through the game about 4 or 5 times completely and beat it several times over. So.
Well, I am still going through Axiom Verge, and I played a little bit of it here again before the show. I played a little of it with Dennis here. Was that your first time seeing the game?
Yeah, that was I've seen screenshots, but that was the first time.
That was your first time?
Play.
Yeah.
But yeah, very much Metroid. Lots of Metroid and Symphony of the Night elements in there. It's just.
But so very Metroid.
Yeah. Well, some stuff like the save stations and were very. Much out of the
Justin Bailey code works.
Oh yeah,
really?
in Axiom Verge, yes, it does. Now it does, but it does not. It doesn't work the way it worked in Metroid, but the code is there to use.
That's nice.
Yeah, it does not work the same way that it did in Metroid, though. So, well, we appreciate you calling, Chris. We got to take a break.
All right, y'all have a good one.
You too.
Bye.
And if you would like to get your calls in, why not call us? 334-272-9228 is the number. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll have more of In-Game Chat in just a moment. Here is music from Soul Calibur. And welcome back to In-Game Chats. Music from Space Channel 5. It's an RJ special right there. It was one of his songs.
Yeah, they got more if you want them.
I know you do. I know. I think we're good on songs right now. We haven't even gotten back into some of the ones that were given to us by some listeners. They're in the rotation. We just haven't made it to that rotation just yet. So slowly working our way through it. Welcome back to the show. In-Game Chat. Of course, we're broadcasting on Twitch at twitch.tv and / in-game chat. You can go watch us there. You can also join us in the chat room live while we broadcast. We were trying out Periscope during the break. That was kind of fun, so people can listen to us during the commercial breaks. Oh, wasn't it exciting for you folks who tuned in for that? Boy, lots of fun. You got to look at Nate's desktop, or his laptop anyway, whatever he was wanting to show you there. And then we talked about what we were going to talk about coming up next. And I think we were going to talk, I know Dennis was talking about that they were allowing public into E3, but it's still by invite.
Yeah, it's by invite only.
Right.
You have to get an invitation from Des. Just for that, they don't require the media access, essentially.
It's odd. I don't know. I'm thinking this might be the last one I go to.
Yeah.
And I tried so hard to get into this one, and now I kind of feel like I don't want to go. But I'm already booked for the hotel, and the flight's booked and everything else. And as we get closer to it, I actually feel like I don't really want to go.
It's just not grabbing me like it has.
Yeah, I wish you could. I would do, if you could pay me, if you could reimburse me for the flight and the hotel, and I was somehow able to transfer that to you, I would let you go. I totally would let you go.
Well, it was a very different thing a couple of years ago when that's how you got to see new gameplay footage and new things coming out. We all of us go to a website and it's like we see the exact
You guys
same
have
thing
it
you do.
better. You guys
Yeah.
have it better. I tell you
We
that.
have air conditioning. We aren't sitting in a crowd.
The best thing this does for me is allow us to, or is allow other people to know we exist.
Mhm.
As far as the developers and the PR folks.
Networking.
I don't even want to say it's networking because it doesn't feel like that. But I mean, essentially, when you break it down, that's exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But I'm just trying to. I go to try and get these, to try and secure interviews, and maybe copies of games when they get closer to release, so we can do streams on them, and so we can talk about them. Some of the recent ones that we had. James Lance from Invisible Ink, from Clay. I met him at PAX, and we set this up a long time ago to say, hey, when the game gets closer, let's talk and let's do an interview and stuff like that. So a lot of that spawns from me going out and doing these things, but E3 has just become something that you don't have to be there for anymore.
Yeah, certainly not for any of the
Maybe some
information.
Maybe some behind closed door stuffs, but even that is not all that important.
Social media.
Twitch, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's so instant, to where before you had to wait, or
Yeah,
it wasn't as quick.
The main incentive is, like you said, networking, making connections in the industry, and that's.
Now it was like last year. I was there, and I was talking with somebody who was back here, not any of us on the show or anything. But they were curious about some of the games that I was going to be seeing, and I was like, well, just go to Twitch. And I was I was texting them this message, like, just go to Twitch and do this. There's this full schedule of what they're going to be talking about. And if any of that interests you, make sure you tune in and watch when they talk. And they were getting better information than I was, for most part, because Twitch would sit there and interview some of the developers and would get footage of the game. Much more than I could get from playing a 10-minute demo or even less than that. Plus, you were getting it played by the people who made it, so they knew what they were doing. Whereas with me, they're just throwing you in. All right, you got 10 minutes. Here's this card in front of your face that tells you what your controls are.
Have at it.
Go. We'll come back in about 10 minutes and kick you out.
But the difference is this year we have Periscope.
Good luck.
It's a joke.
Yeah. Good luck. Internet is horrible on that show floor.
I remember you telling me that.
It is just, there are going to be people who have it, well, because some of the booths have their own Wi-Fi and stuff like that. There will be people who will be able to do that, but nah,
Yeah,
good
just
luck.
the General Convention Center.
Yeah,
No.
good luck. And again, you are better off just watching it on Twitch.
Because you get the best highlights.
Well, you get that, plus the press conferences are a joke. Press conferences are a joke to attend. There is literally no reason for them to have, well, no, there is a reason. They need audience reaction. But Nintendo's not doing it. Nintendo's doing their
They're doing the Nintendo Direct again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do that. They don't need audience interaction or audience reaction, I guess you could say.
And while you're in there, the press conference, you're missing other stuff that's going on.
Well, no, press conference, that's it. There's nothing else going on in the press conference because they do those before E3 starts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, press conference on Sunday is Bethesda, so I'm not going to be missing anything but like Game of Thrones. While that's going on.
Actually, I think it'll be done by then.
It'll probably be done by then.
Yeah.
So, but that being the case, there's nothing going on Sunday night it'll be people live blogging that Bethesda thing and talking about Fallout 4.
Or Doom, or whatever it's
or
going
Doom,
to be.
or Dishonored 2, or whatever they decide to do with the game, with whatever they decide to reveal. And then Monday in the morning, you've got Xbox, and you're not going to be getting anything. It's just you won't be missing anything there. Monday's Xbox, then EA, then Ubisoft, then Sony, which I got my invite to Sony this week. Thank you, folks at Naughty Dog, for the help.
And then the next day is Square Enix and
Nintendo. When's the PC thing?
I think that's after. It's not long after Nintendo's. I think it's the same day as.
I'd like to get into that. I just can't figure out how. I don't even know if I need an invite. If it's just like, oh, you're going to be at E3, you can come and do the PC thing. I have no idea anything about the PC thing. That is where AMD is apparently going to be revealing their next line of cards, graphics cards. So I'd really like to be there and see that. I noticed NVIDIA is not a part of that PC E3 thing. they're not involved with that.
The PC gaming show is June 16th, 5 to 8 p.m. Pacific.
Okay, that's Tuesday.
Yeah, so it's in the evening.
5. Oh, it's in the okay. So it's not like a.
It's not like an immediately following after.
Yeah, it's not a
Nintendo.
second situation. It's a here's a segment. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, Uncle Elias, we're talking about that. Are you hopeful for the next? You should call in. Are you hopeful for the next gen AMD cards because of the fact that it'll put some more competition out there, or maybe make Nvidia do something, or are you just hoping that AMD's got something that can really push them back into the spotlight, I guess. Cooler, less power, faster. Yeah, it's everything that I've read about it sounds like it's going to be great, but it's also been kept under wraps a lot.
Yeah, you got to see that like anything else.
Well, and it's just words.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's actually
it's just words.
Exactly. It's
Ooh.
what?
Ooh.
I know. It, 4 gigs I think is all they're gonna have, but that's a rumor, so I don't know that that's actually true yet.
I don't believe anything until I see it.
I know. It just and we just don't have enough on those.
Well, as I said, the NVIDIA information's changed like 6 times.
Well, but we do know we're getting a card, and it's probably on Tuesday when we're
yeah.
getting it. The 980 Ti is going to get released probably on Tuesday. NVIDIA is doing a Twitch stream on Tuesday, and that is likely where they're expected to announce the 980 Ti and also throw it out there into the marketplace for people to buy it.
Maybe if you're there, you'll get one.
At the E3 thing?
You get a card.
Yeah, it's
And
at
you
the,
get a card.
Velasco
man.
Theater. I don't know.
I don't know. I've been such an NVIDIA guy, man. It's hard for me to switch. I'm a sucker for that stupid stuff they do with the PhysX and everything else. That's what drew me over in the first place.
Especially with Batman coming
And
out.
Batman's used it for every single one they've released. And I hate to say that I'm buying a card for one game, but I essentially, well, no. There was Borderlands.
It's
2, there was
fine if
Borderlands
you are.
2 that was using the PhysX. There was Batman was using PhysX. There's a couple of games that were using that whole stuff. It's a completely cosmetic thing, but I was still, I was still suckered into it. And I don't mind. I don't mind that I was.
Well, you got to play Batman with what were essentially the optimized settings, I guess.
Yeah.
So that's all the reason you need to get it.
Yeah, it was nice. I enjoyed a lot the way the snow worked in Arkham Origins, and I can't remember how I used it in Arkham City or in Arkham Asylum, but the PhysX in Borderlands is the one that really showed off. It really showed off. The PhysX
Because I haven't tried Borderlands with PhysX yet, so
PhysX with you should see now you've got a
now
green
I got
card.
the card.
Yeah, now that you've got a green card, you should go play that, and you should also play Metro Last Light.
Okay, yes. Oh, of course. Yeah, I've got Metro Last Light. I was thinking about maybe getting that. They did the Redux. And
Yeah.
I don't know if that might be worth getting.
You should definitely look into that.
All right.
Just go back and fire up a bunch of games. Go back and look. Find a spreadsheet somewhere online that says, here, what games utilized NVIDIA PhysX technology, and then if you've got them, load them back up and play them.
Okay.
Because Borderlands was very, very good. Done very, very well with PhysX. I think Borderlands 2 took advantage of it. I don't know what the Redux is on PC as far as the Metro Last Light thing. I know for Metro 2033, is that what the 20 something like that?
Yeah.
I know for the first game in the Metro series, the Redux was, hey, we improved a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Made it look really good. I don't know what kind of Redux Last Light got. Or what kind of changes Last Light.
It's just their upgraded engine with like
I think so, something like that. So
let's see, Last Light, particles, smoke, fog,
Yeah.
cloth objects. I pulled up a list of the
well, there's this
stuff.
there's this great little animation when they give you the car that you're going to be trotting around in the sewers and stuff, where he pulls the cover off of it, and without PhysX, whatever it does it, but with PhysX the thing just flows. It's nice. It's a cosmetic thing.
I was actually playing Arkham Origins a little bit with the new card.
With the new card?
And I don't know if this was just the PhysX or I don't think maybe just with a better card, but there was like some steam in one of the area and just like or fog on
and
the
if
ground.
You walk through it, reacts.
And it was reacting, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's
PhysX.
Okay.
That's the PhysX stuff using you interacting with it and that sort of thing. Whereas in most cards, it would not have. If it did, it wouldn't have the level of detail that it was having with you.
Probably just be a static and you just walk through it.
Something
and
that you would just walk through. Yeah, Mirror's Edge had a good implementation. I don't know if it.
I need to beat that. I never beat that
Yes,
game.
I remember it did have good implementation of physics because of all the crashing and stuff you could do through jumping through windows and stuff like that, and some of the cloths that you would climb over that had barrels that you could walk over or something like that. I can't remember, but it was really good. Mirror's Edge is another one. I think that was one of the first that really showcased the whole physics thing. It was one of the first games that did that. But yeah, so you should definitely give that a shot with your new.
Oh yeah.
Oh God, you haven't had an NVIDIA card in forever.
No, it's been a long time since I've had
Yeah.
an NVIDIA card.
God, I wish I could go back to that feeling of when I first had mine. I just don't know that I can break free from that. I want to see what AMD is going to do. I want to see what they're going to be talking about and what they're going to reveal for theirs. I'm curious. Did you say you didn't play? What did you say, Matt? Did you say you haven't
No,
played?
I played Mirror's Edge. I haven't beat it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I played it, but I haven't beat it.
Did you play it on PC or console?
PC.
Okay.
There's a section relatively easy.
I think I played it on console when it first released, and then I got it on one of those really cheap deals on PC.
There's a section early on when you're going through a building after someone got murdered and they framed you or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
If I remember correctly, my computer would just lag so badly on that.
Yeah,
that
man.
I'm just like, you know what?
You've got every reason in the
yeah.
world to go back and play all these games that gave you problems.
Yeah. That's why I kind of put it down, because I was, it is just unbearably slow.
I have Mirror's Edge, but I've never played it.
Same here.
Wow.
I played the demo on
It's on the
360.
list.
At least I'm better than
you.
you.
I wanted to play it. It's just it's on
More of
Origin.
that backlog guilt.
Well, it's on
Yeah.
Origin, so I don't open Origin that often.
Yeah, I think I have mine on. Isn't it
Mine's
on
on
Steam,
Steam.
as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on Steam.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I got mine in the Origin
Origin bundle.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, can't you associate it through Steam so that way it's a?
No, I think the bundles were all like specifically register on Origin.
Okay.
Yeah, because it was the EA Origin. It was the Humble Origin bundle.
Yeah, okay.
And so it's all Origin.
But it was like
Um,
$5. So
Duke Frickum wants us to stop whatever we're doing and go play every game ever.
All right, send me a bunch of money to pay my bills, and I will.
Yeah. Now, patreon.com/NGameChat.
Yep.
we will do it for you.
Yeah, because he doesn't think Mirror's Edge is bad just because I haven't played Fallout 3. Dude, it's not my thing, man.
What, fun? Fun's not your thing?
It doesn't click with me.
I know.
I'm sorry, it just does not click with me.
I mean, it doesn't either.
It's kind of like me and Final Fantasy. I mean, I know it's one of the most popular style
Series
Japanese
of-
RPGs,
yeah.
but man, I cannot play that style of gameplay. It's just not for me. So I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, let's hit the room real quick before we take this break. What is like a very popular game that just did not resonate with you? And for me, it's gonna be the Fallout, the Skyrim, the Oblivion, and the Fallout series. Morrowind and the Fallout series, I guess would be that.
Well,
I have not
Elder
tried.
Scrolls?
I haven't tried New Vegas. I am willing to try it, but Fallout 3 itself, I did try, and it just did not click for me. So that would be one for me.
Does Call of Duty count?
Maybe.
I would say so.
I think we're all of the opinion. No, I don't know. I don't know if that counts for us particularly.
I mean, because
Anything after Modern Warfare 1, just do not care at all.
But Call of Duty would be, I guess, yours then.
that'd be one. Madden,
Yeah.
they've killed Madden.
I just wasn't a sports game guy myself to begin with. But
What competition? That's why.
what's RJ for years would be the Final Fantasy series. That's a good
Yeah.
example.
Yeah, Final Fantasy. I can't. I just can't get into it.
Yeah.
That style of play, I just cannot. I don't have the patience. When I hit a button to attack, I want you to attack right then. I don't want to wait my turn.
Gran Turismo.
Maybe, yeah, possibly.
I'd go more for
It's-
arcade.
but that's a very specific. That's a very specific audience for that game, though.
A lot of folks.
Car sims, you know.
Yeah, a lot of folks complain. I've heard about it. It's too realistic. Too much detail you have to look at to get the car to perform the way you want to.
Yeah.
I mean, for myself included. I mean, there's some things I just didn't know about why my car didn't go as fast as it possibly could. There's some gear ratio and things, parts you put in. I mean, it was too much for me.
And what was yours, Dennis? Do you have anything?
Man, I guess as
Sports
far-
ball.
GTA 5, I'm nothing.
Grand Theft Auto 5?
Yeah, I haven't seen anything. It's like I've got to play that game. It's like, yeah, it's Grand Theft Auto. I remember playing those.
That's fine.
It looks more Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, that's fine. And like I said, for me, it would be that Fallout series. Dragon Age was another one that I just did not get into. I tried with Dragon Age 2
Yes.
and couldn't do it. I actually like the Mass Effect series, but I couldn't get into 1. But 2,
I would say 2 is a bit more.
when they changed
action-oriented.
when they changed the control scheme and everything else, when they changed the mechanics of the game for 2, I actually did enjoy that.
Yeah, I played most of 1. I think I did just about every side quest you could do, but I didn't do any of the main campaign.
It's like Witcher should not have been my cup of tea either, but I enjoyed it when I was playing through it. And then Witcher 3, of course, I wish I could. What was another one? Pillars of Eternity is something that I should not, that
Have
I
enjoyed?
feel I shouldn't have enjoyed. I feel like that should not have been my kind of thing, but I loved it. So
I know one for me is pretty much all RTSs. I tried so hard to get into StarCraft, and I could not get into it. Now
Well,
I
I
do
like-
like Band of Brothers or
Brothers in Arms?
Brothers in Arms, yeah.
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 I do enjoy that.
I enjoyed StarCraft, except for multiplayer.
I
I
just
could play single player just fine. It's just when you got other people in there, and it's like, oh, freaking Zergling Swarm just wiped me out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is
it's-
really fun.
I just always
Ugh.
struggle with managing 1,000 units. I just because I
unit
started.
management's not great in the first one.
Yeah,
I don't know about 2 at all.
Well, I mean, I started with Age of Empires too. And
Yeah.
I played
I
it
like those.
because it was cool to.
You said that, Uncle. It's on a delay, so he hasn't gotten that yet, but he just posted that. You should try Age of Empires too.
That's what I started with,
Yeah.
and I liked it just because it was cool to see the city's age, but I was horrible at it. Like I only played campaign just because.
I like the strategy games like that. I really can't get that much into the Civilization games.
Yeah.
Oh God,
Or
I love
SimCities.
those. Yeah, I love those.
To me, those.
I do enjoy those a
Although
lot.
the City Skylines, I did enjoy when I was playing that.
hmm
But yeah.
Well, the new card. Well, Nvidia releases a new card on Tuesday. Most likely, it's running. We don't know what the price is. We've seen some prices around the $800 mark, and we've seen some prices around the $650 mark. And we've been talking about this throughout the entire week about where to go with these things. And my basic decision on this was, look, I actually wasn't planning on getting another card. I decided that I'll just stick with my 680 up until next year, when the real stuff starts making changes on what the cards can do. Plus, you got VR coming into the picture as well.
In DirectX 12.
And DirectX 12. So I figured I'd wait till next year, especially because Witcher 3 was looking like, hey, this actually looks pretty good on a 6. It's not ultra, but it's looking good. I'm getting a good frame rate out of it. I'm okay. And then it did this. And again, we don't know that it's the problem on my card or if it's something else, but I don't know. I basically come to the decision of either keeping my 680 or just picking up a 970. I looked at them today. It's like $350 for a 970.
Yeah.
And that would get me. That would get me through the year until whatever comes out in about 12.
I say go with the
Months or so.
970.
Hmm?
That way, I say go with the 970. That way, like you said, it'll go throughout the year.
It's not a big money sink.
Yeah.
It's a good enough bump that I'll get through the rest of the year with no problem whatsoever, and I'll get through most of next year with no
I
problem
was gonna say,
whatsoever.
and then once you upgrade to your Titan, like in 4 months after
not
that,
going to be upgraded to Titan, but yeah.
I'll be able to get that off of you in SLI.
Yeah, but then then next year with Pascal and everything else that they're going to be doing with what Nvidia is trying to do, look into making that jump, and then also looking to make the jump into higher res monitors as well.
Yeah, like a 4K.
Yeah, I mean, I might make the jump to a higher res monitor this Christmas still, as I had planned to, just without the massive amount of spending on a TI card that I was looking at doing. So I think that's where I sit right now. And I'm kind of leaning towards that 970 just because of the issues that the 680 is giving me, I guess, with Witcher. It may or may not fix it, but if it does, great. I've got the new card.
Like I said, I haven't had any issues. I don't think James
If it
has
doesn't, I can send the card back to Amazon or whatever and need to do what I can do there if that's not the case. But I don't know.
You could sell it.
What? The
On eBay.
970?
No, the
No, the 680 is going to go into the stream machine.
Oh.
I'm not going to sell any of my parts from my PC. It's going to be gone. It's going to be going into the build of the box that can stay up in this room, so that I don't have to lug back and forth.
I have a hard drive if you need one.
I'll just start collecting parts.
I have a dead hard drive. I don't know if that'd do any good.
Yeah. But anyway, we're going to take a break, and then we come back. More in-game chat in just a moment. If you would like to get in touch with us, you can. 334-272-9228 is the number. Here's music from Virtua Fighter. We will be right back. And welcome back to In-Game Chats. Music from... anyone?
This is
Mega Man.
Yeah, this is the moodiest Mega Man music I've ever heard.
It's Blood Omen.
Oh.
Man, it's been forever since I played Blood Omen 1.
Talk about games that are missing out on the remaster situation.
Oh, no kidding. Resident Evil Zero's getting a remaster.
Yeah, I
and
heard
this
about
can't?
that.
I hope they make it a better game. Needs more than a layer of polish on it.
It's only got like 10 seconds left, so just let me play out.
Yeah, Blood Omen. Good game, long load times, but worth it.
It wouldn't be. I think if they did the remaster, you wouldn't have long load times
Oh, I
anymore.
imagine so. Yeah.
Yeah, they'd figure out a way around that.
I mean,
so.
it was PS1. It was like you had voice clips loaded for each item in your inventory, and
I don't know. Was it Jimmy the Saint? I know he's in the chat room right now. I can't remember. I want to say it was him who hit me up on Steam the other day and let me know that Green Man Gaming is doing a sale for Batman Arkham Knight.
Okay.
oh,
You can get the regular game for like $36, or you can get the premium edition, which is normally $80 some odd for $55.
And the premium comes with the DLC? Like what does it come with?
The premium just comes with the season pass.
Season pass, okay.
Yeah. So if you're interested, but yeah, it was him. 40% off. Yeah, for that. It's at Green Man Gaming. You have to use a code. If Jimmy the Saint can post that code in the chat room, that'd be great, because Nate just popped out for a bit. So, but yeah, there is a code to get that 40% off stuff. Let's go to the phones now and talk to W. Matthew. We haven't heard from him in a while. What's up, man?
Nothing. Called to talk about a few things. First thing, did you hear about the Silent Hills rumor on Friday that broke Friday evening?
I didn't.
I've heard the rumor, and I've also heard the fallout towards the reporting of that rumor.
I know it was something to do with Xbox coming on Xbox, and like Phil Spencer came and said, no, it's completely
The
false.
rumor is that Microsoft was trying very, very hard to throw money at Konami for the rights to Silent Hill so they could release it on Xbox One. and have it as an E3 thing. And I'm talking like a lot of what, billions, I think was the number.
It wouldn't necessarily surprise me if it happened. I don't think it will be for billions, though. It'll probably be a couple $100 million at most.
Yeah.
It's not that valuable of an IP at this point.
The entire GNP of the United States will be put behind.
I wish someone would throw money at Konami to get it off their hands.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen.
Throw all your money into a slot machine and maybe it'll happen.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen either, but Microsoft would be crazy enough to do it. People forget, when Microsoft gets serious, they have a lot of money.
Yeah.
Well, and shouldn't Microsoft be serious right about now? It feels, again, we've talked about this over and over again, and this is one of the reasons that E3 just does not feel like it's anything I'm excited for this year. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not excited for E3 this year. We'll get some Uncharted 4 stuff, but we're not getting the game until next year. We know that. Mm-hmm. But out of the stuff that we know, there isn't much. There isn't much that we know that we can look forward to from E3. We've got Bethesda. We don't know what they're going to do. We're expecting Fallout 4, but if it's not,
we know they're going to do Fallout 4. That's the trailer. The LinkedIn leak pretty much confirmed that.
Well,
right.
and 99% sure Doom is going to be making a big showing there as well.
And there's a lot of confidence that Dishonored 2 is going to be there too.
Right. Okay. So that's Bethesda. Great. Let's look at, and Ubisoft has their annual Assassin's Creed. They've got Rainbow Six Siege. They've got Division. They got whatever little things that they're going to show, and that's great. But they've already got like 3 or 4 games right there that they're probably going to be showing off, and that's good. It doesn't necessarily mean I'm still excited for them, especially after...
Yeah, don't much care about Ubisoft, especially after Assassin's Creed Unity. That was a hot mess.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not particularly excited about...
Unity, Watch Dogs.
Yeah, I'm not
Pretty
particularly...
much any Ubisoft game in the past 3 years has been a complete and utter turd.
I would disagree with that. There's been some good stuff.
The thing about Microsoft has kind of 2 things that caught my eye. One is people forget about it, but the game they announced from Platinum Games last year, Scalebound.
Don't remember that one.
Don't remember that one either. Wait. Maybe I do remember that one, actually. No, I'm thinking of something else.
The other thing is, I almost guarantee you it might be the Xbox press conference, but I would be highly surprised if Microsoft does not talk about Windows 10.
That'll be interesting, yeah. That will be interesting if they don't, if they do or if they don't, that they talk about it at the Microsoft E3 press conference. I mean, let's look at Microsoft specifically, because that's the point I was trying to make. Microsoft has Gears of War remaster is pretty much all but confirmed.
Mm-hmm.
And
they have Halo.
And they have Halo 5.
Yep, they have Scalebound. They have almost certainly at this point a new Fable.
Is that exclusive to them?
Yeah, Fable they own.
Yeah, no, I meant the other one, Spellbound.
Scalebound, yes, they're paying.
Yeah,
Scalebound.
I remember that one now. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're paying Platinum for it, so that is an exclusive.
Yeah, they lost what was it, Phantom Dust? That just completely.
I would not be surprised to see that reemerge, though. I would not be surprised if they go with a different studio. Given the amount of press it got them, it wouldn't surprise me if they go and finish that.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, there was a lot of scuttlebutt that came out after that.
I would not be surprised if they go with a different studio, though.
But they need something big.
We're also forgetting about Crackdown.
Yeah, Crackdown, completely forgotten about.
Yeah.
We might see something more than
maybe,
a teaser.
That's what I think back.
Phil Spencer also did hint at a new IP of some kind.
It's also a question whether, because Microsoft is first, if we'll see any EA or Ubisoft titles there. First.
Usually you will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they pay for that.
The Division.
I mean, seriously, if you look at the past, and I don't know, this could change, but Microsoft has always had Call of Duty. They've always had Call of Duty at their press conference.
They will have that again because Activision doesn't do their own press conference.
Yeah, Activision doesn't do their press conference, and Microsoft usually pays for those, hey, you get to play these new maps the first month on our stuff.
Activision will show Call of Duty at Microsoft, and they'll show whatever's coming for Destiny at Sony's. That's pretty much expected.
That's true. I'd forgotten about Destiny.
What's Destiny?
You and the rest of the world.
I don't think we're gonna get I don't think we're gonna get anything from Destiny other than maybe some expansion packs or something, or
Yeah,
something.
that's pretty much that.
Nothing with any kind of thought towards the sequel or whatever they're going to be doing for that second game. But
Yeah, and Quantum Break on Microsoft
Yeah,
side,
that
if we
too.
see anything else for that.
yeah, but we know that we're not getting that this
Not
year.
until 2016.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So far.
Again, what is it? Probably some indie stuff. I expect that.
Some other stuff that isn't affiliated. Dead Island 2 could show up. Homefront 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, where the hell did that go?
Walking Dead Overkills, the Payday guys.
Right. That'll be there.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised given that something like, what is it, Neverwinter just recently launched on Xbox. I wouldn't be surprised. It's their first MMO. I wouldn't be surprised if they gave that some time.
Yeah.
We do know at very minimum they do have a lot of stuff because Phil Spencer said they actually ended up having to cut some stuff out of the show. They were running long on their rehearsals.
I know that I'm pretty confident in saying that Sony will have more footage of Battlefront, just because of the advertisements that I've seen whenever they were talking about Battlefront.
It's been PS4.
Yeah, it's been PS4 has used the Death Star when they were showing their logo stuff and everything else. Their marketing blitz seemed to be pushing Battlefront being on their systems, even though it's on everybody's systems. But it seems like
if you want to jump to Sony, what does Sony have? Like, if you think Microsoft has some issues, Sony looks even worse.
Well,
Uncharted.
Sony's got Uncharted, but again, we know when that's coming out. Sony will have, I'm almost positive, will have Battlefront to show off just because of, again, what they put into that. Sony will have their VR to show
Project
off.
Morpheus, yeah.
Morpheus will be it. Maybe they'll throw out a name that's not Morpheus anymore, but I think they'll have that to show off as well. But you're exactly right. They've even got less that I could think about. Seriously, I can't. I have no idea what's going on over there.
Yeah,
This may be my PC bias coming into play, but the two I actually care about at E3, the two conferences, is Bethesda, basically a couple days before E3, and then the PC press conference the day E3 starts.
On the 16th from 5 to 8.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and get into that as well. But yeah, that's when AMD is going to reveal their thing, their card, and maybe whatever else is going to be shown. It'll be interesting to see what's going to be going on at that PC E3 situation.
I will say this: what doesn't matter, even though AMD may be sponsoring, almost every one of those games will run better on NVIDIA. Like, there's no question in my mind. And the thing is, people forget NVIDIA. AMD in theory may have better cards, but their drivers absolutely suck. Like, there's no cutting around it, and that's what kills them every time.
Every single person that talks about the red versus green, it is always the drivers that kill that kill the AMD push. They always go back to the drivers.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's I don't know. I'm still, again, all this talk that we've given about E3 doesn't necessarily mean I'm excited for E3. I actually kind of am, because I'm like, okay, what have you got? I'm more interested in seeing it because I have no idea what you have to fill your 2-hour press conference.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to PAX, so whatever. I'll see whatever they announce almost certainly at PAX. But, I'm looking, again, the PC stuff is where I'm interested because, hey, I play most of my stuff on PC.
No, I agree with you.
And which, sort of speaking of, sort of leading into PAX, this looks to be like a fairly interesting PAX. For both Sony and Microsoft, whatever they announce, whatever they show at E3 will be at PAX. So I'm kind of hoping maybe, well, I doubt it, maybe Scalebound and a few others. And I'm interested in to see DirectX 12. That has been kind of a big thing.
Yeah.
That would be very nice to see. And again, that would probably come out of Microsoft's press conference if they were to highlight DX12. And I actually think they probably will tease some of that. Actually, I think they'll have some game trailer of something that will say all footage is using DirectX 12 or something like that. Where I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not
I
sure.
think Microsoft has realized that maybe PC isn't their competition and that there's no reason to try to mess it up this time around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I don't know, man, but
they'll find a way.
They want it. They want a chunk of that change that Steam and everybody else gets. Doesn't matter that Games Windows Live was failure. They still want a chunk of that change.
But the thing is, they've already conceded. They showed a game. The thing they showed at their build conference a few months back was launched from Steam. That was them basically conceding that space. They know they can't beat Valve.
I don't know. I get a feeling with Microsoft, if there's money to be had, they want it.
But they've tried twice and they failed twice. Them using Steam at their build conference a few months back was them conceding, at least in terms of a storefront, we're never going to beat Valve. Just walk away.
Well, we appreciate you calling in, man. Anything else before we let you go?
Nope, that's pretty much it.
All right, man. We appreciate it. Thanks for calling.
Yep, bye.
Bye-bye. Hopefully I get to meet him when I go to PAX this year.
Yeah.
I would very much remember, if you're going to PAX, if you've already got your, we would know by now if you've got your badges or whatever, because they sold out in record time. If you are going to PAX, please let us know. I would definitely love to hang out, meet you, and walk the show, with you and check out stuff. So definitely let me know. Church, I will add you. You haven't added me on Steam? Not that you've got to make the first move, but yeah, you need to just add me, and I will add you back. If you want to add on Steam, or if
while he's at it, you could add the rest of us too.
Yeah, exactly. If your name's Church on there, I'll just find you and I'll add you on Steam as well. So we have a Steam group, by the way, folks. If you are on Steam and you want to join our Steam group, you can. It's just in-game chat. Follow any of us or follow anybody in the group, and you can find the group that way if you'd like. But there's a group over there. We do. What's the thing where you recommend games?
Game recommendation?
No, they're called something else. But that's basically what it is. The Steam just enabled it like a month or 2 months ago. I can't remember what it was. But it's where you just you endorse a game, be like, hey, this is a good pick from us, sort of thing. And we've got a couple up there. I really need to update it though. Axiom Verge, the Curator. That's what it is. Definitely need to add Axiom Verge in there.
Yeah.
God, that's such a good game. Really, that's helped me get through this Witcher lull of not being able to play Witcher, because I can just fire that up in no time.
And you know it's going to work.
Well, I know it's going to work, but I'm actually enjoying it. It doesn't have to work to hold me over from Witcher. It just has to be fun and
so that
hold my attention.
That's Hearthstone to me.
Yeah, see, Hearthstone.
Everybody's got something. Time on that.
Everybody's got something that you can just pop into, regardless of what's going on. You just pop into because you know you're going to enjoy it for the ever how many minutes you're going to be playing it. So
I'm actually thinking about signing up for a tournament on that. It's an online one. But it's free entry, and if you win, you get $100.
Hey, nice. Wow. Go for it. Hey, we haven't done a chat room roll call real quick. Let's do one. Let's start from the top instead of the bottom. I don't know that name. Medusa's Mira is hanging out. Also, Lavos. Thank you, guys. Also, AC Wraith, Cavalier UK, Church, Duke Frucum 2, Evans, 04111. G Neptune, Jimmy the Saint, Leopold Kane, Master William, Rena Hamster, Rogue Baboon, STM Fuller, Uncle Elias, W Matthew, and Zalgratis TV. Zalgratis TV, I guess, is what that is. So
yeah, that's good enough.
Thanks everybody for hanging out in the chat room with us. What is coming out next week? Anything? Big card announcement. I'm going to be paying attention a lot to that. Not because I'm interested in buying that card that's going to be released. We're under the assumption that it's probably not going to drive the prices down on the cards that are already out there. It's probably not going to happen, but it is fun to watch to see if it might.
Yeah.
We'll get better benchmarks out of this card. Right now we've got some benchmarks that aren't the best or most detailed, but we'll get some better benchmarks next week when I guess reviewers get a chance to throw that stuff out there in the embargo lists on what they've got. What I am curious about is what AMD does with their stuff the week of E3, because they could drive the prices down on the NVIDIA cards, depending on what they do. That could have an effect on
like
it.
PS4 and E3, or like Like the PS4.
Yeah, well, I mean, here it is. NVIDIA's shooting first, you know? Green Team, very reminiscent of Xbox, doing the same thing. Well, didn't they? Xbox did the same. Microsoft did the same thing at their E3 press conference. Here's our system, $500. Sony's like, oh, we got them. They already knew what they were doing. They didn't actually make any changes, so they say. But you know, then they get their press conference. Ours is $100 less. So you could be looking at something like that in the way of graphics cards again.
It's like Nvidia's would be 800, and then AMD's would be 400.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
Possibly. The speculation is the reference card itself directly from NVIDIA. I think the retail price is like $650 on the Ti. Is the thing. But to get anything really good that's utilizing the card, it's around the $800, $750, $800 mark for that. But it could, you know, it could drive a few things. It all depends on what AMD does, I think. NVIDIA doesn't care what NVIDIA does. They release it, their prices don't have to change. AMD, that's different. They release theirs, it might force them to change the prices up. Don't know. So, anyway. Anything else? What is next week? There's nothing next week.
I don't think really nothing on my radar
No,
until
no.
Arkham.
Just Ark for me.
Yeah, Ark is next week for you. It's the first week of June, so we have this week, and then we have the week after, and then it'll be 3 weeks.
Which that Wednesday, I'll probably stream Wednesday.
You should.
Ark.
You should.
So tune into that.
I would love to see that actually, because I don't plan on jumping into the early access of this. So
Yeah.
I would really like to see that. Have you heard anything on the early access part of it? Is it running pretty good or?
Right now they said it is optimized to. It's capped at 30 FPS. They said it's not quite optimized past that because they've just been spending so much time on just working on the game itself to add everything that optimization is.
Will come later.
Yeah. To get to the 60. You can get 60, but it's pretty much dual Titans or nothing. Otherwise, you're not getting the. But other than that, so far I've heard it's pretty good, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We shall see.
Church was asking which card is being announced. This week, it's the NVIDIA card, the 980 Ti. And then the week of E3, it'll be whatever AMD has decided to do with the Radeon series. The 300 series, I think, is what they're looking at calling it. So, and we know very little about what that's going to be. We don't know about price. We don't really know about specs. We know that it is from pictures. We know that it's smaller and that it's water cooled. That's, I think, the only two things that we know about that card for a fact. But that's pretty much it. So, all right, folks. Well. Have a good one. That is going to do it for us. Thanks, everybody, for joining us in the chat room as well. Everybody listening on the stream and even on the radio as well. Thanks to everybody who grabs us each week from iTunes and however you get our show for later use. We really do appreciate it. Head over to ingamechat.net. You can join us on Twitter. You can join us on Facebook. You can join our forums at colonyofgamers.com. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. Well, if you're watching us on Twitch, why not subscribe to our Twitch channel? Because we do stream games outside of just doing the show. And if you're on Steam, like we said earlier, we've got a Steam group you can join up with over there. You can play games with us and other listeners. I haven't been involved in a while. I should get back into Involve. Get some of that going. Also, don't forget about our Patreon page. We really do appreciate everybody's support for that. It does mean a huge deal to us, and we thank everyone who does it. And even if you haven't done it yet, we appreciate you just listening to the show and maybe giving it some consideration. Patreon.com /in-game chat is where you need to go if you would like to donate. And again, we do appreciate it. So any sort of help you can give. That's going to do it. Have a great week, everybody. Thanks, everyone. We will see you next Saturday. Going to leave you with music from Deus Ex Human Revolution. Have a good one.